Hey everybody, this is Alchemisted, and I got some good news and some bad news this week. Let's start with the good news. Possibly good news. On a wild hair last night, I just finally decided, you know what? I'm just going to take apart the Dazzle and see what the fuck is the matter, because I can't afford a new one right now. So I did, and it turns out that the video lead has snapped off. Like, where the video lead is soldered onto the board, it's snapped off. And I can fix that easy. I learned how to solder in 7th grade. The only problem is I don't have a soldering iron to fix it with. But if that works, if I can successfully solder that back on and it works, and the video quality is sufficiently good, that's another one of the criteria. It doesn't just have to work; it has to work well. Then I won't have to buy a new Dazzle, and that has me all kinds of excited. But as I don't have a soldering iron, it's going to have to wait for a while, because this weekend is Mother's Day weekend, and I have tons of family coming in, which is what I've been working on all week, been knocking the dust off of stuff. And so that's part of one of the things I've been working on. The other thing I've been working on, and here comes the bad news, is there won't be any updates of Metroid Fusion for a while because of one guy. One fucking guy, and that's Nightmare. Nightmare is an asshole of a boss, especially after all the piss easy bosses that you've been coming across so far. He feels really out of line. He has a 3-stage fight, and his first stage isn't hard, his second stage isn't hard. It's the third stage that gets you. It's the third stage that will wreck your shit, because he is huge, he loves to fly around, and he is impossible to dodge, and the area you have to hit is very, very small. The hitbox is pretty small. If you're not using the charge beam against him, odds are you're not going to hit him at least 40% of the time. Which really sucks, because the missiles are more powerful than the charge beam, and I would really, really love to get this fight over with, but you end up shooting at him, and although it clearly hits his face, it'll just bounce off. You know, there's a very small hit area. So, he's an annoying boss. He's a hard boss. He is a painfully hard boss. And I have already died so many times trying to take him down. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing this after this weekend, of course, because I have family coming in. And I'm fairly certain they won't appreciate my anguished screams of rage as I continually try to take this fucker down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just start recording. I'm going to start fighting him and just record it, until I beat him. And I'm probably going to record it at half size, probably going to record it at 30 FPS, just to make sure that I'm not using a lot of hard drive space while I'm doing it, so I can record for a long time, because it's going to take a long time for me to bring him down. For most people who fight Nightmare, it's going to come down to luck, is the thing. This boss is so painfully hard that it just comes down to him deciding to stand still long enough for you to take him down. And it's painful. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. I'm also looking at a few speedrun videos of people who have taken him down with minimal equipment in the hopes that studying that footage and their tactics will help me bring him down, because, oh my god, this guy is hard. It should say something. I think this is the first boss in the history of Alcheversus that I've had to study. And practice before I fight him. Seriously. So that should say something about how hard this boss is. He is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. And again, he's a 3-stage fight. The first 2 forms are easy. The last 2 forms are what gets you. And where am I right now in this test footage? I think I'm lost in Magmar Caverns. There's no audio on this test footage, and I'm sorry about that. I wasn't interested in testing the audio. I knew that worked. What I wanted to figure out right now was whether or not it would capture video, and it did to an extent. When I tested it in Resident Evil 4, I believe it was Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. It captured an hour and 20 minutes of footage without dropping frames, which was great. You know, that was the cutoff point. That was the point at which you needed to refresh the capture file. Was an hour and 20 minutes, and that's great. That's very respectable. That's much better than the the PS2's 30 odd minutes. That is quite respectable. I can work with that, but when I recorded, it started dropping frames at like 30. Close to 30? Close to 40, actually. 37 odd minutes. And Samus just took a lava bath because I suck at platforming in first-person shooters. And I'm a dumbass because I'm trying to open it with the wrong weapon. So yeah. Like I said, the criteria are that it works and that it works well. Because I'm not gonna, if it works, but it works like a piece of shit, then I'm probably not going to want to use it for any playthroughs. Which is, hate these fuckers, die. That I'm not going to be using it for any playthroughs, and I just left behind a few missiles. Azure Alliance is going to be leaving a post. Why are you falling into lava? You left behind those missiles, you dumbass. I heart super missiles. Anyways. Yeah, it has to work well. It can't work like a piece of shit, because then I'm just going to have to buy a new one. Which, although this one has given me quite a bit of service, all the way through 2009, all the way through 2010, that's 2 years of using just one Dazzle card, so it certainly has given me a significant amount. It's been in service. It's seen some shit. It's got the wear and tear of a lifetime of use. Well, not a lifetime. I wouldn't count 2 years of a lifetime. Maybe 2 years is 10 years in Dazzle card years. Maybe it's like dog years. I don't know. But it certainly has served me well for the past 2 years. Even if it was shoddily constructed. Yeah. Fucking Dazzle card. I love the loading screens on Metroid Prime. The elevator screens. How bad an AV file can we put in the background? Oh god, Phendrana Drifts. I hate this place. I hate Phendrana Drifts. It's like, so right now, as I'm capturing, I'm thinking, okay, what's the easiest way to just get out of this fucking place? And my two choices are to go through the Metroid-infested research core, or the big room with a Sheegoth in it. And I went with Sheegoths. I decided, you know what, I'll just suck it up and go through here. And I ended up fighting 2 Sheegoths, I think, and a bunch of baby Sheegoths. But baby Sheegoths are piss easy now that I have the super missile. Oh, God. So yeah, that's my update. You might see some Star Trek Online next week, purely as filler. You might see some Star Trek Online. You might see something else next week. I've got a bunch of stuff. I have something that I was working on for the Year of Science Fiction a long time ago that's just been sitting on my hard drive. So you may see that. You may see that, and I may upload that for now just as filler. If I can get the Dazzle working, it will be my next project. If I can't, that will probably be something else. I'm leaning towards a certain first-person a certain PC first-person shooter of some renown for my next Year of Sci-Fi playthrough, and those of you who are fairly savvy will know the one I'm talking about. Those of you who don't may be pleasantly surprised. Don't fucking spoil it. Oh, I hate the She-Goths. Right now, I'm just kind of going like, oh, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to fuck with this thing? Do I really just want to turn around and kill some Metroids? There's no easy way. I hate Fentrana drifts. Jesus! But then it knocks me down and I have to deal with it anyways. Which you can handily do with the Morph Ball Bomb. I'm not saying they're hard. I'm saying it's tedious. Not that everything in the game should be easy. But it should be fun, and these guys are... And it's dead. Like I said, not that they're hard. And they don't give you an amazing amount of health for the sheer amount of effort it takes, which, okay, it doesn't take much effort at all, but they don't give you... For going to the trouble to fight them, they don't give you a lot of health. So. And this was a boss, too. These things, one of these was a mid-boss, so now they're just normal enemies. But they haven't, I don't think their health is diminished at all. Unless the big one was like some kind of super mutant She-Goth or whatever. I'm just gonna blitz through these Bombus. Fuck you. Ow. Fuck you. Fucking Bombus. And these guys are security drones who you can royally fuck over if you have the wave beam. Once you get the wave beam, if it's robotic, you can royally fuck it over. Kind of cool. Super missiles. And I'm going to get hit with his missiles. Can't avoid it, really. You are not the most dexterous Samus Aran as you play Metroid Prime. What else? Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? I don't think so. I don't think so. But anyways, if my Dazzle card, if I can get it working again, it will reopen all of the... I will go back to many of the plans that I had for the Year of Science Fiction beforehand. It was not going to be the Year of Science Fiction before, but now that it is, it will expand my options significantly. And I'm sorry if I've sounded like I have a cold. I don't. It may just be all the shit in the air this time of year. I've been thinking a little Hawks. I was contemplating a little Hawks. Before my Dazzle card went all to shit, which is fair. It's kind of science fiction. Maybe I can get away with that. Let's see what else. What else do I have on my shelf right now? Mass Effect, need to finish that. Oh wait, those are PS2 games. Fuck those. Let's see. I'll put it together. I'll go down a list and see. Okay, I can do this. Ooh, Phantasy Star Online. I need to find. I've almost restored my old GameCube library. I need to find 2 games. I need to find Phantasy Star Online episodes 1 and 2, and I need to find Wind Waker. And my GameCube library will be restored to its former not so glorious state. I didn't have many games on the GameCube, but I remember playing the shit out of Phantasy Star Online episodes 1 and 2, and that is definitely one of the games that I want to do for the Year of Science Fiction. Especially the GameCube version. The GameCube version, because most of the game's content is available offline in that version. I think in the Xbox version you had to connect online in order to play the game at all, and I know you have to in Blue Burst. So, in fact, yeah, I'm pretty sure you had to in the Xbox version. But the GameCube version, because the GameCube's online capabilities were shit, had all the content available in single player, or a great chunk of it available in single player. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna start working on tracking down a copy of Phantasy Star Online episodes 1 and 2 for GameCube, or episodes 1 and 2 plus. I have my old PSO save on an old memory card though, so that's part of the decision though. Is I still have my old Phantasy Star Online episode 1 and 2 from GameCube save on one of my old GameCube memory cards, and that has all of my stuff on it. That has my old character. That has all his damn equipment. So that will definitely be part of the decision. That's definitely going to be a decide which version I can buy. Let me know if you've played Phantasy Star Online PSO Episode 1 and 2 Plus on GameCube. Does it accept PSO Episode 1 and 2 saves? Does it accept saves from the previous version? It should. It should. But I don't really want to have to go through getting all my stuff, because that save has all my shit, including my mighty Khalid Bolg sword. So, or not sword, saber. My mighty Khalid Bolg saber, which rapidly became my weapon of choice. That save has it, so I'd really rather, I would really rather not have to go through all the stuff I had to go through to get that again, if I could avoid it. So if you've played PSO, let me know if episode 1 and 2 plus accepts PSO saves. Or I could just Google it, whichever happens first. We'll make it a race. Can you get this information to me before I've found it myself? Anyways, I rattled on for nearly 20 minutes. Nearly 20 minutes. Of course, also, if I can fix this, I'll be able to do Symphony of the Night, which is something that I was planning to do at the very beginning of this year and got fucked over by the Dazzle card. So there's that, too. Coffee. So there you go. Some bad news, some good news. I'm sorry about that. There's nothing I can do right now. So, I think that's it for now. I'll see you guys next week. Later.